Hey everybody, today I'm sitting in my wife's Toyota Highlander Hybrid 2020. I'm going to fix a problem today, and that problem is that in cool weather, the windows on this vehicle fog up almost immediately, and it's nearly impossible to get them cleared. In really cold weather, we'll get frost on the inside. We'll be driving through a little 5-inch diameter hole that the heating system or the defrosting system will create, but it never manages to clear all of the fog from the windows. And what we've determined is the cause is that the recirc is stuck. I've got a few pieces of evidence for that. First off is the fogging. Also, when we flip from recirc to outside air with the cooling and heating system, there is no sound. I think every vehicle I've been in, when that flips, you'll either hear a change in airflow or you'll hear a little click or something to indicate that that damper has changed from allowing the outside air in to recirculating the inside air. So those are a couple pieces of evidence. Then the last thing that I did just today, we drove downtown, took about a 20-minute drive, and we could see the carbon dioxide levels in the vehicle skyrocketing. Essentially went from 400, which is low as the meter goes, up well over 2,000 parts per million on the carbon dioxide. That's into the range where you should start feeling a little bit groggy under prolonged exposure. So kind of a safety concern maybe on a long road trip too, just to continuously recirculate the air you're breathing. So that was all the evidence I really needed that I've got a problem with the recirc system. I'm going to fix it today. This is the time when I wish I wasn't 6'6", because I'm going to have to climb underneath the passenger side glove compartment and dig around in there. It'd be a lot easier if you're a smaller person. But I'm going to do this myself. I could take it in to Toyota to do this. There is a technical service bulletin for this, but we took it in once after the technical service bulletin had been issued, and they did not fix it. I don't know if they weren't aware of the technical service bulletin. We could bring it back in, I suppose, and show them the tech service bulletin and say, hey, fix this. But really, it's an inconvenience. I pretty much give people one chance to fix something, and if they don't do it, I'm going to do it myself. It still is under warranty. If you're not handy at all, or if you watch this video and you think it's too difficult, I do recommend you just take it into your Toyota dealer. This applies, I'm just reading the TSB here, and I'll put a link to this in the description. This applies to the 2019 Avalon and Avalon hybrids, the 2018 Camry and Camry hybrid, 2020 to 2021 Corolla Highlander and Highlander hybrid, and then the 2021 Sienna hybrid. There's a little bit of a description on how to fix it in here. It's not super descriptive. I think I can figure it out by myself. So that's what we're going to do today. First thing we need to do here is take the glove compartment door off. So simply open it up, detach this connection here, just pull it. And then there's 2 points here and on the other side here that you're just going to pinch these in and then drop the drawer down and out. All right, here we're just going to push on the sides, on both sides, and then it'll just drop down, and it'll drop down real quickly, and you can just take that out, put it off to the side. So this is what it's going to look like underneath, and I can already see what's broken. This white piece, sorry, I don't know the technical term for it, but it's just sitting in here. Let's see if I can get my hand in there. It's just sitting in here loose. Whoops, and there it just dropped down. So that's the part I need to put back on. I'm sure that's part of the actuation system or actuator system. So we'll fix that here. I think the easiest way to do this is going to be to take off this piece of plastic here so I can have better access. I mean, it's not just the easiest way. It's probably the only way to do it. So let's do that. Looks like Phillips head screwdriver. Let's do it. All right, to take this panel off, we've got 3 screws we got to take off, 3 Phillips head screws, and then we got 2 10mm hex nuts or bolts. The first one I think is down here somewhere. Yeah, it's right here. I already took the 3 screws off. So the other one, we need to take this panel off. Let me just change the angle here for you quick. this panel right here has got to come off. The way to do that, there's a little nut back here. I don't even know, it's more of a cap than a nut. You just kind of twist it off, pull it off. It's this thing. And then this will expose when you pull this out. I know this can be a little scary with a new car, but pull that out enough that we can see the, there we go, see that bolt, and we'll go ahead and take that off. I don't know if you can see that down there. Now through this whole process, I will say this part that was back there, I was able to fish it out. It was just kind of rattling around back there. Okay, now we're going to remove this. Just be careful when you do remove this. There's a sharp point over here that can rub against your upholstery right here. If you just rip it straight down, you'll end up with a scratch right there. Okay, so to remove this, I think we're going to just pull straight down from up top. Go straight out here, and then pull, put your hand back here and just give it a quick snap out to disconnect that, or to dislodge it at the top, like that. Might as well right now take this LED connector off. I don't know if I can do it with my fingers or if I need it. Just slid right out. I had to pinch in a little bit. I think I can just pop this off. Yeah, that just comes right off. So I disconnected that. Then this all just comes straight out. Set that off to the side. This part was up in here. Now I got to figure out how to snap that back in place. This might just be kind of a feel your way in. This is, again, a place where it would help if I was a smaller dude so I could sneak back in there. So here is that part, and it's just going to go on this way. I can already see I've got a problem because there's a tab that's there that's snapped off, and that's what's supposed to hold it into its swivel point. And you can see that in the service bulletin. It says to look for that tab. So I'm missing the tab. I'm going to go ahead and just jam it in there anyway and order a new part. As far as which way this goes in and how it swivels, in the service bulletin there is a diagram. It's right here. That should help you. Kind of shows you where each one of the tabs are, the one and the one, or each one of those pins are that are going to go into the groove. All right, I'm under this now. But actually, oh yeah, you could see the mechanism. That's the motor that's going to turn. That should also turn this, which is going to open up these vents, which are stuck right now in their current situation, obviously, because this whole thing is disconnected. So let's see what I'm going to do here. You can see there's a pin, a plastic pin, right up there in the center. You can see the middle there. So I'm going to try to just kind of feel my way in here and do this. This camera actually helps a little bit. I can see what I'm doing. All right, the hardest part of this whole operation was to get this white actuator seated in there correctly so that both of the tabs fit into their grooves, or both of the pins fit into the grooves, and that thing sits in there. It only goes in, I think, one way, so you just got to find that way, find the way it gets in there, and then seat it in there and move the pins back and forth with the vent until it seats. To be honest with you, that took me like an hour. So this is it working though. As I move this back and forth here, let me see if I can get a view. Okay, this is in outside air mode, and then if I move it to recirc mode, you can see that spin. So that's now reset up. Let me put it back into outside air mode. And then at the same time that happens, you can see the vent up here move too. So that's still outside air. And then there, it flips to recirc. So it's working. I can flip it back and forth now. I do probably need to get a new one of these white discs because mine has that tab broken. I think I'll wait until that thing pops off again, and then I'll go ahead and buy a new one. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put this all back together. If you found this helpful at all, go ahead and leave a like. If you got any other tips to make this any easier, go ahead and feel free to leave something in the comments. All right, thanks for watching, guys. See ya.